Welcome back to another driving test with Instructor commentary. And this time we're following the sat-nav over towards Burton Latimer and heading back on the rural roads. So as ever, please be careful at these next two junctions, as you're probably going to be nervous and you need to make sure that you are making effective observations. So the next one in particular, people often neglect the left-hand side, where you could definitely have traffic coming through from the industrial estate, and also a lot of learners turn around there as well. So do be extra careful at these junctions here.
Don't forget to follow the link below if you want a £50 discount on your car insurance. That's myfirst.com/rdrive.
Now, we always have a lot of parked cars around this bend here, so be prepared for someone to come flying round and you to have to come to a stop as you come round here to give way. So we're going to be continuing to follow the road ahead up to the roundabout at the top of the hill. So with these roundabouts, just being careful as you approach. Don't rush. If you're nervous, in particular, take your time and don't make any unsafe decisions. Now, as we get to the big roundabout at the top here, we're going to be directed to take the second exit on the left towards Huntingdon. Do be careful, because the sat-nav will first of all say go left on the roundabout. Make sure you don't put your left signal on, because it is left second exit towards Huntingdon. So we will be joining the A14 at this exit here. At the moment, with the roadworks, do take care in that it's 40 miles an hour until you reach those national speed limit signs. So you can't build your speed up until you pass these signs here. Still, make sure you're making a plan, picking a target vehicle, know exactly where you're aiming for, but just watch your speed. And when you join, do make sure you have a look at the sat-nav and you know how long you're on the carriageway for and what exit number you need to be coming off at, so you can start making a plan if you need to overtake, how much time you have, or whether you're not on here for very long and you're just going to stay in that normal driving position ready to leave. So in this case here, we're coming off at junction number 10, which is the next junction. So we're just staying put, ready to leave towards Bedford A6. Now, an important thing to note at junction 10 here, if you're going to right at the roundabout towards Bedford A6, is that you have two lanes that take you around to the right for the A6, and the examiner may give you some advice. So here we were told that at the following roundabout we were turning left, which was a hint here to stay in the left of the two options we can see for the A6, so that we're ready to turn left at the next roundabout. Now, if you do get in that right-hand lane, that's absolutely fine. It still takes us to the exit that we need for Bedford A6. However, what people get wrong here is that they don't make effective observations and think that they need to spiral out to the left. Now, both lanes continue towards the third exit A6. So if you get in that right-hand lane, just stay in it, exit at the third exit, and then if you need to, and you need to come to the left for the next roundabout, make effective observations. If it's safe, you can change to the left lane. If it's not safe, then you can go right at the next roundabout, or you can come around the roundabout and back for your exit. But whatever you do, just make sure you don't make any unsafe lane changes. Now, if you have a look, the right-hand lane does also go into the middle, which takes us to the left, but do be careful if you use that one, as you need to make sure you keep out onto the right for turning left here. And if you're in any doubt and you get into that right-hand lane, just turn right, Remember, it doesn't matter if you go the wrong way as long as you do it safely. So as we enter Burton Latimer here, this is going to be a test of your meeting and passing skills, as we're now in the village with lots of parked cars and other hazards around. So make sure that you're planning ahead, anticipating your meeting and passing, and keep a good clearance of all of these parked cars as well, because another thing is getting too close to the parked vehicles. So this will be the first of our pull-ups on the left, where you'll be asked to find a safe place to pull up. So making sure it's safe, convenient and legal, so we're not blocking any driveways, we're not causing any bottlenecks with other parked cars opposite, and it would be safe, convenient and legal to leave your vehicle here for a period of time. An important thing to note at this roundabout, if you turn left, it is 20 miles an hour down that high street. We have so many people that fail for use of speed because they do not recognise that it's 20 miles an hour. So take care. We're turning right, and then we're going to take the immediate left, which is a very cluttered meeting and passing road with parked cars either side. So again, planning ahead, making sure you get plenty of clearance on those parked vehicles. This is the type of road that you could also be asked to perform a parallel park on as well. And careful coming into this corner, it's a very blind corner and you could have oncoming vehicles. And when we get to the end, we make sure that we make effective observations turning out, as again, very closed junction, and you will have parked cars either side blocking your view. Don't be confused by these lines here that mark out the permit parking. You drive in your normal driving position in that box if there's no parked cars. It is just merely marking out that if you park there, there are certain parking restrictions. Now here we arrive at everyone's favourite traffic light junction on the hill. If you can, you want to just roll up to the traffic lights here because they are on sensors as well, and just try and time it so you keep it rolling slowly. But at the end of the day, if you've got your clutch control sorted, it should be no problem. Do take care as you're coming out here. It does look like a rural road, but you are still on a 30, as we can see on the left there. They have popped a nice reminder in for us. So don't go whizzing off. Stay at 30 until you reach those nationals, and then shortly you will arrive back at the traffic lights to 30 anyway. So it is very short-lived, but just make sure you're keeping an eye on your speed. Now, as we approach this next mini roundabout, we're going to be asked to turn right towards Orlingbury. Quite a common fault on this one is people hesitating turning right and crossing that oncoming traffic. Now, unless you've got anything coming from your right hand side to cross your path, you do not give way. So as we're coming in, we see that the right hand side for us is completely clear, and we need to come in with confidence and turn right in front of this traffic here, as it is our priority. So make sure you come in, make effective observations of anything coming from your right, but do not hesitate to cross that traffic as you take priority. Now we have a long stretch of rural roads here. Do be very careful of the potholes, as these roads are in quite bad condition The last thing you want is to get a popped tyre on your test. So do keep an eye out on the potholes, but also as well, making progress where you can. So use your limit points when you've got those nice long clear stretches of road. Just show that you can make progress, getting to about 45, 50 if it's safe, and making sure that you just slow it in for the corners, but then accelerating out. Don't dawdle on these roads because you will get a fault for being too slow. And here we have our second pull up on the left, which will be our hill start as we are on a slight incline here. So that will leave us one more pull up on the left, which is going to be an angled start from behind another vehicle. Now just up the road here, you're going to be asked to turn right. Do make sure that you have slowed down and set your speed and your gear ready for the turn, and you do not cut that corner. So many people cut into the corner here. Make sure that you're at an appropriate speed and road position for that corner there. Now we'll see these roads here are a little bit more twisty turny. We don't get so much opportunity to make progress on these roads. You are going to be taking more caution. It's narrow, the edges of the road are awful condition. You never really get any long straights where you've got a good view, so you would be taking those roads slower than you did on the previous one. So as we come into this village, we're careful as we're coming up on the brow of the hill, and we've got parked cars, so you could have oncoming vehicles. And we're going to be asked to turn right, which is where we are likely going to be doing one of our manoeuvres and quite possibly a pull up on the left as well. So here we get asked to pull up on the left, so we can use this next black car to do our parallel park, which the student does very well. Does actually receive a driving fault for correction on the parking, which I never really agree with, because I feel like correcting parking is not unsafe, it's not unnecessary. We do it every day. We're never going to get the car parked first time perfectly every time, and I think I think it's unfair to have to fault for a correction. I think the student done very well to parallel park here, but anyway, a driving fault for correction on this one. So here we have Stringer's Hill, which is a junction which we usually turn left and then immediately turn right. So we must keep it controlled. We do 2 separate hazard routines, turning left, taking your time, turning right. You could be coming uphill, downhill, so it's a good one to practice this, as it's very close to the test centre and quite highly likely that you would be taken through that junction. So back out onto those rural roads, which here we're now on the home stretch, as these will take us back down to that very first roundabout just by the test centre. So we're going to be coming down to the roundabout, taking the first exit. Now you're going to recognise where you are. The nerves might start kicking in a little bit, knowing that you're about to arrive back at the test centre and find out whether you've passed or failed. So take care, especially on this corner. We know there's parked cars on both sides. Come round expecting that you probably will need to stop. So as we're coming in, take care on the next bend as well, as we have the tradesmen coming from Screwfix and Tool Station, and they might be coming quickly round the corner. So do make sure you make effective observations before turning into the test centre. Now, because we've already done our parking manoeuvre, you will just be asked to park forward in any bay, but how you park isn't going to be marked on your test. So don't worry if you don't quite get it in the bay, it's not straight, it's slightly wonky, you're not going to be marked for your parking at this point. If you haven't done a manoeuvre whilst out on the test route, you will then be asked to do a reverse bay park back here at the test centre, which would then be recorded as your parking manoeuvre for the test.
Thank you very much for watching.
So do remember, please like and subscribe and press notify.